Welcome to Lakshya Academy YouTube channel. This is the part 6 of excretory system, and that means excretory products and the elimination. In this video we are going to learn structural and functional unit of kidney. You know that one nephron is also, there is one bird called neophron, that is called vulture. This is a nephron, not neophron. Nephron is the structural and functional unit of kidney. Nephron is also called as, most of you may not know this one, nephron is also called uriniferous tubule. Excretory system is also called, can you tell me what is the other name for excretory system? Excretory system is also called as uriniferous system, and this kidney consists of 1 lakh nephrons, otherwise called 1 million nephrons in each kidney, that is otherwise called uriniferous tubules. Let us start about the kidney nephron. What are the various parts of the nephron? Nephron basically consists of two parts. One is the renal corpuscle. Another one is the renal tubule. And this part, renal corpuscle, consists of two parts. One is called Bowman's capsule. Another one is called glomerulus. I will show you here. Okay, this is the glomerulus and this is the Bowman's capsule, together called Malphizian capsule or Malphizian body. What is this red color one? Bowman's capsule, glomerulus, and what is this cup-like structure? Bowman's capsule, both together called as Malphizian capsule or Malphizian body. The other part of the nephron from here to here, up to here. And if you look at this one, this is the PCT, this is the descending limb of loop of Henle, this is the ascending limb of loop of Henle, this is the DCT. This part is the renal tubule. Okay, this part, renal tubule, it is present in cortex and medulla. Okay, it consists of PCT, proximal convoluted, DCT, distal convoluted. In between these two, there is a loop of Henle. It has a descending limb. Okay, it has this is the descending limb, this is the ascending limb. It is a thin part of the ascending limb, this is a thick part of the ascending limb. Okay, where are these parts are located? Observe this diagram. Where is the bone? Okay, this is the cortex and the kidney. This is the medulla of the kidney. This is the inner medulla. This is the outer medulla. Okay, if you observe these parts, they are located in different parts. All parts are not present in the same location. If you look at the glomerulus in the cortex, Bowman's capsule is in the cortex, PCT is in the cortex, DCT is in the cortex. Next one, loop of Henle is in the medulla. And next one, if you look at the collecting duct means this is the initial collecting duct, this is present in the cortex. This is the straight collecting duct, it is present in the cortex as well as in medulla. And this is the duct of Bernoulli is there at the bottom, that is present in the medulla. Okay, these are the various parts of the nephron and their locations. It is very important. Sometimes they ask you, in the form of sentences, statements. Renal tubule. What is the location of renal tubule? Renal tubule means it is present in cortex as well as in medulla, because some part of the renal tubule is present in cortex, some parts are in medulla. That means renal tubule is present. What is renal tubule means? From PCT, DCT and loop of Henle together called renal tubule. Okay, observe this slide here, which is very important one. Bowman's capsule, where is it? Bowman's capsule, where is it? Where in the Bowman's capsule? Bowman's capsule is in cortex. Next one, PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, where is it? It is in the cortex. This up to this line, from this to this line to up to, from this line to this line. Okay, this is the cortex part. And where is Bowman's capsule? Bowman's capsule is in the cortex part. Next, PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule. This is the PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, is also in the cortex. Next, look at the DCT. DCT is also in the distal convoluted tubule in the cortex. Look at the loop of Henle. These are three parts. Loop of Henle, descending limb in the medulla. Loop of Henle, ascending thin segment. This is the thin segment of the ascending limb. It is in the medulla, inner medulla, and this is in the outer medulla. Okay, medulla. Next one, collecting duct. Collecting duct has three parts: initial collecting duct, straight collecting duct, and duct of Bernoulli. Okay, initial collecting duct is present in cortex. Straight collecting duct is cortex and medulla, and duct of Bernoulli is present in medulla. And next, what is the type of tissue present in different parts? All parts of the nephron are not made up of the same type of tissue. Okay, if you study the histology of nephron, you understand that Okay, these different parts are made of different types of epithelial tissue. Okay, epithelial tissue you learned in first year structural organization in animals. In that lesson, you learned epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. Okay, this is the okay, you can see the different types of tissues here. Look at, observe here. Bowman's capsule inner wall, inner layer is made up of podocytes, outer layer is made up of outer layer, simple squamous epithelium. Proximal convoluted tubule, PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, you can observe here. Proximal convoluted tubule is made up of cuboidal epithelium with many microvilli. You can see there are many microvilli are present here. And very important, which is a site of major site for reabsorption. Most of the reabsorption takes place in this proximal convoluted part. This is the proximal convoluted part. Okay, that's about histology of proximal convoluted tubule. Then look at this one. Okay, Henley's loop. Descending limb is made up of simple squamous epithelium, and ascending limb thin segment. Thin segment is made up of ascending limb thin segment. This part is made up of simple squamous. Here simple cuboidal. Here also simple cuboidal without breast border. No microvilli here, but here microvilli is present. And here in these all segments, in the all parts, simple cuboidal epithelium is present. Here you can observe the different types of tissues. Study of tissues is called histology, which is also called as microanatomy. And additional features you can see here. Bowman's capsule has a lumen, that is called lumen of the Bowman's capsule. Proximal convoluted tubule has a simple cuboidal epithelium with breast border like microvilli. Increase the surface area for absorption, and large number of cells are larger in size here. And next you can see the DCT, microvilli are absent, cuboidal cells, shorter cells are present here, and collecting ducts are opening into duct of Bellini. And these are the tissues and additional features related to that. Okay, you can see here. Okay, descending limb of the loop of Henle. Loop of Henle, production of osmotic gradient produces nearing, and made up of simple squamous epithelium. Ascending limb, distal part, thicker and simple cuboid. Distal part, this part. Okay, this is the distal part and thicker, and this is thicker part is made up of simple cuboidal epithelium, and distal tubule shorter than proximal tubule. Proximal shorter. This is the distal part, and which is made up of simple cuboidal epithelial with but smaller cells, very few microvilli, site of secretion, and collecting ducts larger in diameter. This is the collecting duct larger in diameter. Simple cuboidal epithelium. This is the site of urine concentration. Okay, now look at the structure of nephron here. Each kidney has nearly 1 million nephrons, otherwise called uriniferous tubules. Each nephron has nearly 1 million nephrons, otherwise called uriniferous tubule. And nephrons are the structural and functional units of kidney. And what are the structural and functional units of kidney? Nephron, you know that. Nephron is also called uriniferous tubule. Each nephron has two parts. What are the two parts? One is renal corpuscle. Otherwise called Malphizian corpuscle. I will show you that. Okay, one is called renal corpuscle, otherwise called Malphizian corpuscle. It consists of two parts. This cup-like structure called Bowman's capsule, and inside this one there is a network of capillaries called glomerulus. These two together called Malphizian corpuscle. The other part is called renal tubule is there. Okay, this is a tubular part, renal tubule. Renal corpuscle. Renal corpuscle is also called Malphizian corpuscle. Malphizian corpuscle consists of cup-like structure, Bowman's capsule, and inside that there is a network of capillary called glomerulus. Renal corpuscle is made up of a network of blood capillaries called glomerulus. Okay, you can see here. Okay, renal corpuscle is made up of network of capillaries is called glomerulus. And the next one, a double walled cup called Bowman's capsule. Glomerulus is formed by, very important one. This glomerulus is formed by efferent arteriole forms. The efferent arteriole is formed by renal artery. Okay, efferent arteriole develops from the renal artery. From this efferent arteriole, what is formed? That is the glomerulus is formed from it. And efferent renal arteriole is a fine branch of renal artery. Renal artery divides and form a fine branch called efferent renal arteriole. Blood from glomerulus is carried away. Blood from glomerulus. Now blood is coming here and it is going away through efferent efferent arteriole, which is lesser in diameter. Observe this diagram here. This is the efferent arteriole. Here blood is coming and it is going here. Efferent artery, it is smaller and its diameter is larger, its diameter is smaller. Therefore here one pressure develops. That pressure helps in filtration of blood. Okay, that's about that one. Next, come to the next part here. Structure of the inner wall of the Bowman's capsule has a unique cells. Inner wall of the Bowman's capsule. This is the inner wall. This is the outer wall. Here there are some unique cells are present. These cells are called as podocytes. Okay, inner wall of the Bowman's capsule is made up of certain unique cells called podocytes. Podocytes wrap around the capillary of glomerulus. Each capillary. For example, here, okay, this is the podo. For example, this is the podocyte. This is the capillary. Okay, this pen is capillary. The hand is podocyte, and this podocyte is wrapping. It is wrapping around each capillary. You wrap your books like that. It is wrapping around the capillary, and podocytes are arranged in a complex, intricate manner so as to leave LEAV some minute spaces called, for example, in between these fingers. These fingers are the projections from the podocyte. My palm is, this is the cell, entire cell, podocyte. It has some projections called finger like structures, and there are some pores here. You can observe some, they are leaving some pores here between the fingers, and these pores are called as, what do we call, filtration slits or slit pores. The endothelial cells of the capillaries have numerous pores called fenestration. The endothelial cells of capillaries have numerous pores or fenestrations. Okay, Malphizian body or renal corpuscle. I told you already. Malphizian body or renal corpuscle, the glomerulus and with Bowman's capsule together called the Malphizian body or renal corpuscle. Okay, that's about up to. We covered now what is Malphizian body, what are the different parts of the nephron, histology of nephron, where are these different parts of the nephron are located. Okay, in the coming part we will complete the remaining part. What are the different types of nephrons?